Hey, Pax. Oh, that's hard to say. Um I've only really ever made like one complete set of dungeon tiles, and they aren't even the typical gray stone. They're like a special temple dungeon tile set. And I didn't really know. I made a crazy amount of them, but I made them for a purpose. I think that uh I think that what I plan to do at some point in the future, like I have this big kind of stream and channel content idea to basically make my version of a lot of very popular dungeon tile systems. So like, Black Magic Craft has like the classic foam tiles. Like I've never actually made those before. I should make those. Um, even maybe even like RP Archives, like crazy, um, crazy intense, like detailed foam and kind of like soft clay work that he does. And when I've thought about doing that, my method for doing it is to basically design an encounter that can use different types of tiles and basically build it for that encounter. So I think when it comes to the question of how many dungeon tiles is correct, try to maybe even do it with paper, right? Like paper, you can use like the foam core poster board that you can get for like $1 a piece at the dollar store or other places, I guess. And just try to kind of lay out an encounter or a dungeon, whatever you want to build with it, whatever you want to use the tiles to make, um, and then kind of reverse yourself into that. And sort of you can make one, and like that's an encounter that you'd be excited to run, and then try to use that same set to build another, and then okay, I need to add a few more pieces here. So I think to some extent the question of how many dungeon tiles is ideal is what kind of stuff do you want to make with it, and how easily and cheaply can you sort of simulate how you'd want to use the tiles to figure that out, to give yourself enough to play with. I don't have an exact number. I will probably try to figure out that sort of number and that assortment at some point, but right now I don't. Another tactic could be find the smallest number that you can have to like make something, to actually make an encounter or a fight or whatever you plan to use it for, and then go all the way through the entire cycle with it. Like make them, paint them, finish them out so that you have them done. And then you'll have a really good idea in your mind of just how much work that was if you want to make another set the same way. That's another tactic to try. But yeah, at some point I want to land on a system for myself. I still use kind of a hodgepodge of different materials. Like I have a bunch of boards that I've made that I'll use for terrain. I have some Dwarven Forge that I'll use, which obviously I didn't make. Got those back when I first started using terrain. Um, some tiles that I've made, some mats that I'll use with just like putting, scatter and stuff on the table. But yeah, so like I said, my project, maybe this year I'll get to it. It's crazy because it's already nearing the end of February. So what do I know? But I'd really like to spend time on a dungeon tile project. Kind of imagine what I did with stairs, but with dungeon tiles, where I sort of explore some different systems, find what works for me, and then kind of go into it. Oh, Billy, that was yeah Friday and Saturday. So played through Return the Obra Dinn. Was awesome. Love that game. It's high on my list for things, something I want to make more content about.